Hey guys, my name is Tamim. I'm a solutions engineer here at RapDev. I've been here for about 3 years. Prior to joining RapDev, I ran production engineering at Wayfair, making sure we could sell couches to about 20 million users a day. Today, I'm going to walk you through how we leverage ServiceNow to achieve what we call modern operations. Essentially, how ServiceNow can be used to support applications that are more transactional, more microservices focused, to achieve true continuity within your environment. The first thing I'm going to start with is your cloud environment. So picture an AWS cloud where your application is hosted. One of the key things to a successful cloud implementation is tagging, and tagging is essential in the way we do modern ops. So one of the most important tags coming out of AWS for ServiceNow is going to be your service ID tag. Your service ID tag is what's going to be used across your infrastructure, your observability, your self-healing, and ultimately closing all your service management modules within ServiceNow. So for this use case, we're going to call it a service ID of rapdev.com.io actually instead of .com. So this infrastructure makes its way into the CMDB that is using a CSDM4 model. One of the essential things in a CSDM4 model is that we no longer care about the CIs that represent the actual application. What matters is the service itself. We also call this a service-oriented ServiceNow environment. So within the CMDB, we're going to register an application called rapdev.io, and we're going to register the environment, which we're going to call it production, and we're also going to register the location, or let's just call it a data center or a zone, and that's going to be US. So using this collection of tags, we are able to define an application called rapdev.io. Beneath this, you might have nodes and clusters and containers. They are not as relevant in a modern environment. Nodes are, namespaces are, but the actual containers are less relevant. What is relevant is the artifact version of this application. As your developers build new code, ship it to production, you register new artifacts with new versions. That is another tag that gets associated to your service within CMDB. So artifact version is going to be 1.0. So as your environment's built, it's monitored, and then it gets picked up by, let's call it Datadog. You use the same service ID within Datadog to tag your events. So Datadog is going to have an SID for an event called rapdev.io. And as these events come into ServiceNow, they get picked up by HLA and AIOps using the same tag that we used in the cloud. So you don't need to do anything around CI binding. You don't need to do anything binding events using configuration items, servers, server names. What matters is the tag clustering we use within ServiceNow, within Datadog, and within, we're going to see now, Ansible to do self-healing. So the cluster of tags that we see here are going to be rapdev.io, production, and US. When they come into AIOps or HLA, we can use those same clusters of tags to correlate events coming from Datadog. You can also use the same cluster of events on a service map using tag-based clustering. Service mapping. The same tags represented here, here, and here are going to follow into your tag-based service map. So we're going to have another tag-based service map of rapdev.io. So now we've run through service mapping, we run through AIOps and HLA, and we've talked about how discovery works within the cloud. The last thing we're going to do is the self-healing model. When you do run Ansible playbooks using Integration Hub, which will happen post-event correlation, you need to know the target environment that you're going to run the playbook against, which is again going to use your service ID, your location, and your environment, which is going to be US, prod, and rapdev.io. As this gets resolved, the Integration Hub the Ansible playbook runs, resolves your problem, sends a signal back into Datadog, which ultimately tells HLA that the event's closed, and that will close your major incident. And that's generally how you run a modern service within ServiceNow. We also encourage you to use ChatOps, which is essentially using Slack or Microsoft Teams to interact with the ServiceNow platform. makes it a lot more seamless for engineers and a lot easier to interact with multiple modules within the platform. If you have any questions or want to learn some more, feel free to reach out to my email or visit our website at rapdev.io. Thanks for watching.